10 years. It's been 10 years since my brother, Leo, vanished. One day he was here, the next. ... just an echo. We were camping, just the two of us, in the sprawling woods behind our childhood home. It was our sanctuary, a place we knew like the back of our hands. Or so I thought. He went to gather firewood as the sun began to set, whistling his favorite tune, and he never came back. The search was massive. Police, volunteers, dogs. They scoured every inch of those woods for weeks. They found nothing. No footprints, no torn clothing, not a single sign. It was as if the forest had simply swallowed him whole. The official report said he likely got lost, succumbed to the elements, but I never believed it. You don't just disappear without a trace from a place you've known your entire life. Over time, life had to go on. My parents moved away, unable to bear the constant reminder of their lost son. But I couldn't leave. I stayed, hoping that one day he'd just walk out of those trees, grinning, with some wild story to tell. People called me crazy, said I was trapped in the past. Maybe they were right. I'd walk the trails, calling his name until my voice was hoarse, listening to nothing but the wind rustling the leaves. The woods became a different place for me. The familiar paths felt alien. The tall pines seemed to lean in, whispering secrets I couldn't decipher. Every snapped twig made my heart leap. Every shadow seemed to take his shape for a fleeting second. It was a constant, agonizing dance between hope and despair. For a decade, that was my life. A quiet, lonely vigil. And then, last night, everything changed. I was sitting on my back porch, just watching the line where the yard meets the dark wall of trees. The crickets were chirping their usual song, a familiar comfort. But then, a sound cut through the night, so faint. At first I thought I'd imagined Italiano. It was a voice, and it was calling my name. Sam ... My blood ran cold. I froze, straining to hear it again. It couldn't be. After all this time, my mind had to be playing tricks on me. Grief does strange things to a person. But then it came again, clearer this time, carried on the breeze from deep within the forest. Sam ... help me ... It was his voice. Leo's voice, exactly as I remembered it, laced with an urgency that pierced right through me. I grabbed the most powerful flashlight I owned and, without a second thought, plunged into the darkness. All the fear I'd held for these woods vanished, replaced by a singular, desperate need. Find him. The beam of my flashlight cut a nervous path through the tangled undergrowth. Leo, I yelled, my voice trembling. Leo, is that you? Where are you? Silence. Only the sound of my own frantic breathing and the crunch of leaves under my boots. I pushed deeper, ignoring the branches that clawed at my face and clothes. The voice had come from this direction. I was sure of it. Sam ... There it was again. Closer now. It seemed to be coming from a dense thicket of old, gnarled oaks just ahead. My heart hammered against my ribs. He was here. He was alive. As I neared the oaks, the air grew heavy, and a strange stillness fell over the woods. The normal night sounds faded away completely. It was just me and that voice. I'm here, Leo. I'm coming, I shouted, pushing through the last line of bushes. And then I saw it. It wasn't a person. In the center of the clearing, bathed in the beam of my flashlight, was an old, weathered radio, a vintage model, the kind you'd see in black and white movies. It was sitting on a moss-covered stump, and as I stared, a crackle of static hissed from its speaker, followed by that voice, crystal clear. Help me, Sam ... I couldn't breathe. This was impossible. The radio wasn't plugged into anything. There were no batteries in sight. It was just there. I cautiously approached it, my light shaking in my hand. It was Leo's voice, but it was flat, devoid of real emotion, like a recording. A cold dread washed over me, far more terrifying than the thought of finding him heard. What was a cruel joke. As I reached out to touch the radio, it crackled again. and a different voice spoke. This one guttural and low, a sound that seemed to vibrate in my very bones. "He's not here," I recoiled, stumbling backward and falling to the ground. The voice from the radio wasn't Leo's anymore. It was something ancient, something wrong. "He's been gone a long time," it rasped, the sound twisting in the air. "But you came, just like he said you would." Suddenly, the voice was all around me, whispering from the trees, from the ground, from the air itself. It was mimicking Leo's voice, his laugh, snippets of our childhood conversations, twisting them into something monstrous. It was Allure. All this time it wasn't my brother I was hearing in the wind. It was this thing. It had been waiting. It had used my hope, my love for my brother as bait. I scrambled to my feet and ran. I ran faster than I've ever run in my life, not looking back. The cacophony of mimicked voices chasing me, laughing with Leo's laugh. I burst out of the tree line and didn't stop until I was inside my house with the door bolted shut. I've been sitting here all night, watching the woods, and I can still hear it. It's calling my name, sometimes in Leo's voice, sometimes in that other horrible one. I don't know what that thing in the woods is, but I know it took my brother. And now, I think it wants me. Thank you so much for watching and going on this terrifying journey with me. If you enjoy stories that explore the unknown and get your heart racing, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. It means the world. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next video.